Welcome to a special edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, and we have Emma Lanning with us from Mighty Children's Museum. If you've not been to the museum, it's right downtown in Chillicothe on East 4th Street, and we're going to talk about something going on 4th Street and some other events coming up as well. So stick with us. We'll be back in just a moment to tell you more. Our event here today is brought to you by our friends at Tomlinson Insurance Agency.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
As we mentioned, we're going to talk about some special events coming up in August. We have the Mighty Moms group. That will be August 31st, and also Farm to Fourth, which is taking place on September 16th. And Emma, these are... one's a fundraiser, and the other is a way to get people together, isn't it?
Yep. So we're excited that we are bringing our Mighty Moms group. This is something that's going to meet every last Thursday of every month from 5:30 to about 7 o'clock, and we'll have guest speakers. Moms can share their stories. We'll have appetizers, free child care. They'll get a drink ticket to get a cocktail or a mocktail at the page. And this month we have Debbie Bettendorf with Find Your Fabulous as being our first guest speaker. So if you haven't heard of Debbie, she's all about finding your fabulous with your clothes, having a positive energy, and a lot of moms struggle postpartum with finding themselves and learning how to be someone outside of being a mom. So she's going to be talking about that and just bringing all these moms together and being able to share their stories and ask for advice. And because, moms struggle, sometimes they feel isolated when you become a new mom. So this is really going to give them an opportunity to get out, meet new people, and build those relationships.
It gives that mom an opportunity to say, hey, are you going through this too? Or well, is your child doing this? And you can kind of compare notes along the way and find out some things that might help one another.
And we put out a survey. Originally, when we first were thinking that this was a possibility, and asked moms the topics that they want to discuss, and we had almost 100 moms response.
Is that right?
Yep, saying that this is something that they want to do. We need this in our community. So we've taken all of their responses, and we're looking to find different speakers for every month to have a different topic discussed, whether it's about behavioral issues, sleep training, breastfeeding, anything that moms might experience.
If you take notes during this series of talks, you've got a book in your hands.
Easily.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Debbie, of course, Debbie's my co-host for Dance for Kids' Sake, and she is spectacular. And what she will bring to the table for this event will be extra special.
Yeah, I've known Debbie almost my entire life.
Yeah.
So when we were thinking of who we wanted our guest speaker to be, she was one of the first people we thought of.
She will dazzle the moms. There's no question there.
Yep.
And she's walked those steps before, too, twice. So now the event coming up on September 16th, the big fundraiser. This is Farm to Fourth. Is this the third year or is...
I believe this is the fourth one.
Okay. I couldn't recall how many there have been at this point.
We haven't done one since 2019. So we're going back to our roots. The Farm to Fourth was the first fundraiser that they did before we even opened.
Right.
So this will kind of take us back to our roots and try and get the same people we had at the beginning to help us expand to the third floor.
I remember helping to promote the idea of the Mighty Children's Museum on the radio days, and to see it all come together. Em and I bumped into each other last week. Our granddaughter was there, and it was so neat to see how things, some are still the same, but you've developed a way to make these learning centers for each one of these kids a great activity.
Yeah, and we put out a survey and conducted focus groups with parents and educators, just seeing what the community was looking for. If we were to expand or change, we have gave options of revamping the current space that we have or expanding to have more square footage, and it was unanimous that they wanted us to expand more our square footage.
Yeah.
Because right now we're 0 to about 8 is our age range, and there's really not much in the community for 8 to 13. So that's our goal with the third floor expansion, is to have a space for 8 to 13-year-olds.
Very nice. Of course, that building, you started on the ground floor, then you have the upper portion in which you have the birthday conference room area, and now with the potential for a third floor to really expand things, that's super. That's where we're going with this fundraiser. Now, the fundraiser itself, let's talk about some of the nitty-gritty there. You've got live music, you've got food, and it's all going to be right there on 4th Street.
Yeah, we are closing down the street, so we'll have dinner right in front of the museum. We'll have, like you said, live music. We'll have a locally curated dinner by our kitchen. We'll have charcuterie from, I forget where we're having it, Food Board, I believe.
Okay.
And we'll have cocktails from the page at Paper City, and we'll have drink sales as well. And then we had a awesome workshop where we had a bunch of local young artists. They painted buildings around town, and we're having prints of those made. So we'll have a silent art auction as well, and then ending the night with a cash auction.
That's a really cool idea. It brings that Chillicothe connection right there, too. So
we're really working to bring the community together and showcase all these different organizations that we can work with and expand who we can reach.
Right. If I want to get tickets for this event, how do I do so?
So we have tickets on eventbrite.com. You can search, our Facebook page has all of the links, or if you go to eventbrite.com, you can search the Mighty Children's Museum and all of our events will pop up, or you can purchase tickets in person at the museum.
Now, you should be at work right now, but you're not. You're here.
I'm here.
But what time does the museum open?
We're open 10 to 4, and then on Thursdays we're open 10 to 6.
Okay, so when she gets back, you'll be able to get tickets. Now, there's someone watching the shop right now, isn't there?
Yes, I have someone taking care of the front desk.
I want to make sure that everybody's aware that that's going on. For the event, I'm sure there's a lot of organization that takes place. Do you have enough volunteers to make this all run?
We are working with our board. They are all coming and bringing friends, family members. Our staff will all be there. I'm bringing my fiance to come work, dragging him out on a Saturday. But we will take volunteers if anyone in the community wants to learn how to be involved. We will gladly take people to help us.
Yeah, because I'm sure to run the museum, you also need some assistance there, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of our events are welcome to people that want to volunteer. We have high school kids looking for service hours, 4-H clubs looking for service hours.
Yeah. If you've never been inside, what you're seeing in this backdrop behind us, first of all, that is the tree that the folks at, I'm trying to remember if it was Pixel now, but it was
Pixel.
Was it Pixel when it was put in?
Gladfelter.
But that's what I was thinking. And the really cool thing about this is you see the tubes coming out, and you put these scarves in there, you push the button, and then they go flying through.
Yep.
Except for when my granddaughter stuffed them all in there. Happens all the time, you say.
Happens all the time.
But there are other learning stages along the way. The water one seems to be the one that grabs attention.
That is a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I suggest for parents to do either first or last, because kids will get soaking wet no matter what you do. We have smocks they can wear to stay dry, but they will still find a way to get soaking wet.
Yes. The time before, I don't remember seeing the smocks, but these smocks, they're like acrylic, and they keep you dry.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're a water-resistant material. Try to keep them dry
Yeah,
as best that they can.
The most difficult thing is the kids want to take off and go on to the next thing, and they still have the smocks on. So,
Yep.
But all sorts of little. You've got the archaeological dig there. You've got the farm market that people can go to. So a lot of neat things for kids to learn.
Yeah, the farmer's market was a focus at the very first farm to table that we had. Because like I said, we weren't open at the time, so they just had renderings of what the design could look like. And I believe that farmer's market area was paid for by the farm to table fundraiser.
Very nice. It takes you right back to your roots, like you were saying, and it's good to incorporate that right inside. If someone wants to have a birthday party or a conference or something of that sort, first of all, does it have to be during hours, or can it be after hours as well?
We had an option to do it after hours. We just prefer to have it during hours just for staffing.
Right.
because there are 4 of us who work at the museum right now. But yeah, birthday parties can be held. Right now we're doing Saturdays, 11 to 1 or 2 to 4. And then starting October 1st, we'll have Saturdays and Sundays available.
Is there an age limit for birthday parties?
Nope.
So somebody as old as me could have one as well.
If they wanted, yep.
September, I got a birthday coming up. So
Perfect place.
or I could just come to the Farm to Fourth dinner and call that my birthday party.
Yep.
That'd
Great
be nice.
dinner.
Yes, absolutely. Live music and the whole deal. Maybe even some dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything we've missed you wanted to make sure people knew?
Just mainly that we have reached about 50,000 people throughout the course of the museum being open. So we are trying to expand that to reach 100,000 people.
Absolutely.
In our community, expanding. We have had, through our events, we've reached people from Michigan, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, as far as Minnesota, coming to our events.
Is that right? That's awesome. And, of course, you got to have goals. And if you reach 50, why not shoot for 100, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're very excited. And with the expansion, right now we have our birthday parties and our event space on the weekends. So if we expand, then we can bring more programming on the weekends, because we know with our hours being till 4 o'clock, it's hard for working families to be able to appreciate our programs that we put forth. So if we have our expansion, we'll have additional space to bring more
Saturdays
programs.
are a big day, I'm sure.
Saturdays are our busiest day of the week.
That's right. Of course, during the wintertime, you're out there with the skating rink and everything, too. So Mighty Children's Museum, there's something to do year-round.
Yeah. We will have our Farm to Fourth in September. We'll have a Halloween party the first Friday of October. And then first weekend in November, the ice rink will open.
How about that? Yeah, it's hard to believe, holiday open house. I mean, it's still summertime.
Yeah.
It'll be here before you know it.
Exactly. And it's a lot of work, but Kelsey Pierce, the director, and we are not scared of hard work. Yeah. We put in the late hours, and I spend all my time at the desk doing everything for the museum. So.
And she'll be there with an open arms welcoming you in there on 4th Street. Yep. This is it 21 East 4th Street?
21 East 4th Street.
21 East 4th Street.
Yep.
For the Mighty Children's Museum. Again, you can search them on Facebook. You also probably have Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
We have Facebook, Instagram, and a TikTok.
Ooh, a TikTok as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I need to check that out.
Yep.
And a website?
Yep, our website is mightymuseum.org. And if anyone has any questions, our email is hello@mightymuseum.org.
Emma Lanning, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. Mighty Children's Museum. If you want to find out more, there's the contact information, and we will talk to you again with another update here from Litter Media Live.